Hey guys, welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, listen, I wanted to make this little Smooly sort of tips, tricks videos just on my own behalf to help you guys. Um, my friend Devil's Own had a nice little video the other day, and I wanted to just share some kind of cool tips of my own that I think will really make a big difference in your recording experience. Um, Devil's Own touched on mic position. That was great. I wanted to share my own style with you of my mic and sync methods. Um, if I'm not singing by recollection, what's called recollection, and I'm listening to the song at the same time, I do that using two sets of earbuds. So here's my ultra simple setup. One set of earbuds, a second set of earbuds that I purchased. Okay. And so what I do is I have one for Smool, okay, and the other for hearing the lyrics on something like YouTube or Spotify. So before the recording starts, I put one earbud from this, what I call the Smooly set, in my left ear. Okay. Now I'm taking it out, but I got to be careful to keep recording here, right? And then with a second set of earbuds, I find the right one and I put it in my right ear. And you'll know when I use the system because you'll see these are parallel. You'll see two sets basically. They're not coming together unless, somebody were to hold them or pinch them or something. But I don't think that hard. So what I do is I'm listening to the song with my right earbuds, if you will, on like YouTube or Spotify or like whatever you like to listen to. And that's just to hear the lyrics from the original song so that my lyric timing is markedly improved. Then I sync the songs in this simple manner. So as soon as the Smooly countdown, it's on the new system, it goes, 3, 2, 1. And so as soon as it hits 0 or starts recording, I hit play on my other device. And that other device might be my computer, which is behind this the phone here, or it might be a second phone I have. So I actually have a second phone because I got lucky. I guess I paid off the other one and I have some jump program, whatever. So I have a second phone for once in my life. So I actually, and I like the clarity. I like to listen to this over from my computer for the lyrics and the lyric timing. So I'll have the second set of earbuds in this alternate phone, and then I'll have it set aside. And so once the countdown on Smooly app on this phone hits 0 and the recording starts, I'll hit play on the other. And then to get the two songs in sync, LimpSync, okay? So to get the two songs in sync can be a small challenge. So what you often have to do is several screen touches, whether it's on this phone or your other device, whether the other device is your computer, your tablet, or maybe a second phone in my case. So that can be a little bit tricky, and it can take a few attempts to pause and unpause that other device. And both devices, actually, in most cases, it may take a few touches. So that syncing process is very critical if you like to have that advantage of having markedly improved lyric timing. And of course, I'm still a work in progress. I'm learning a lot of new things every day. I'm making a ton of mistakes every day, almost by design. In other words, I want to make mistakes so I can improve. If you're not making mistakes, I always say you're not trying hard enough or not venturing outside of your comfort zone. It's cool to grow. It's cool to make a few errors. This is a cool environment on Smooly. The community is really awesome. People are cool. They don't bash you, for making mistakes, because we're basically all the same. We're all learning. We're all emoting, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how I do the initial sync. Now, once the songs are in sync, what I then do is I actually, about maybe 30 seconds to 60 seconds, sometimes longer into the song, I'll remove the left earbud, which was the Smooly one, and I will replace it with the left earbud of my YouTube, Spotify, basically the ones I'm listening to the actual song with. So now I have one set of earbuds that I'm listening to, and I am no longer listening to the Smooly track. I'm actually recording blindly, in a sense, okay? But what the hell am I going to do with this now? I convert it to a mic, okay? So I've been doing this forever. So I basically hold it like this, and I think Devil's Own touched on this as well. And this is just my system. So I use both initially, both earbuds, and both sets of earbuds initially to get them in sync with multiple screen touches within the first 15 seconds. Sometimes it takes, or first 10 seconds. But the faster you can do it, the better, because people will hear the difference. And then I just convert over the what I call the left one, or the Smooly earbuds, into a mic only. An additional advantage of doing this is that you're not going to be touching this. So like right now, I'm touching this. You're probably hearing a lot of brushing sound. It's annoying. And that's the same thing when, you know, when you're recording, even with one set of earbuds. You know, we'll talk about mic position in a moment and why that's important. So, you know, regarding sync issues, it can be a little bit, one of the other challenges of syncing is that it can be a little bit tough sometimes when the tracks are, the two tracks that you're listening to, the Smooly track, and then, you know, YouTube or Spotify or whatever you use, when they are recorded at different rates, which is often the case, or when one of the songs might be, you know, a shorter version, or not have like the guitar solo in the middle or at the start, and so it can be very tricky. And as a lot of you guys know, finding matching tracks to, say, YouTube with the Smooly track can be like half the battle. But there's another trick to help ensure that a better syncing process, and that tip is actually surprisingly simple. It's just to look at the duration or the length of each song. So, you know, if it's like 5 minutes and 48 seconds on Smooly, you want to find one for your own lyrical timing on YouTube, then you might want to also look for something as close as possible to 5 minutes, 48 seconds. Okay. Now, there's another sort of point to discuss too, which is, remember I talked about how once I get them in sync, I pull the left one, the Smooly earbuds, and I use them as a mic only, kind of like I'm doing now. I hold it like that. This is my usual process. You'll see me in my recordings. I kind of look like this for most of the time. Yeah. But the other thing is, that's so-called blind recording, in a sense, where I can't hear the Smooly track, isn't necessarily always recommended, because sometimes, you know, if you're joining someone on an OC, you might want to, I'm running out of time, you might want to actually hear what they're singing, because they may not sing it in the traditional sense, in the traditional way. They might want to do ad-lib or something like that. So it's kind of cool to sort of sing with them. And because they'll hear the difference. They'll know if you're not listening to them. So that's kind of a cool thing. So let's just go right to mic. Okay, so what's like a great mic? From everything I've researched online in my own experience, honestly, Apple earbuds, and I'm not necessarily, you know, Mr. Apple, they're really the best. And there's a really cool Smooly Tips video entitled Best Earphones for Smooly Sing, if you want to know more. But that's the bottom line. I'm going to make a second video with some critical items following this because I'm out of time. Thanks, guys.